Sheikh Yunus Jaunpuri Rahmatullah alayhi would remind the bride and the groom that your intentions for getting married are three. Ittiba'u Sunnah, following the Sunnah. Tahseenul Faraj, protecting your chastity, your private parts. And lastly, Takthirun Nasab, which is having children, or at least the hope of having children, that inshallah one day these can be a means of our salvation in this life and the next. The Prophet ﷺ is reported to have said, فَأُحِبُّ أَنْ أَكُونَ كَرِيمًا مَغْلُوبًا وَلَا أُحِبُّ أَنْ أَكُونَ لَئِيمًا غَالِبًا. That I, with reference to my wife, with reference to the women folk of my household, I love to be gentle and dominated, maghloob, overpowered, dominated. وَلَا أُحِبُّ أَنْ أَكُونَ لَئِيمًا غَالِبًا. And I don't prefer to be wicked and dominant. Trying to explore this hadith further, when I look at successful marriages, either in the books or in front of my eyes, the mizaj, it's almost like it needs to be easygoing. I think the best way I can put it is that it's okay to be under the thumb. Hazrat Maulana Ashraf Ali Thanvi Rahmatullah alayhi, he says this beautifully. He goes, Ajkal ka shuhar. He goes, the husbands of today, they're very quick to get upset over rights of the dunya, but they don't care about rights of the akhirat. What does he mean? He means when you in the house you get upset over, the food, items to do with food, but if your wife's not praying, you don't care. Hazrat Maulana Islam al-Haq Sahib Rahmatullah alayhi, who many of the elders will remember, that he says that whenever I sensed that I had been unfair with my wife, I would ask for forgiveness. In my lifetime, I must have apologized to my wife over 1,000 times. There was a couple from a town not too far from here, not an alim, pious, 83 years old, has been married for over 60 years, and his wife passed away in COVID, also 83 years old. Okay, his grandson is a good friend of mine. He was narrating this to me, but I just want to mention one thing that perhaps we can all relate to on the topic of selflessness. He says that my grandmother, Rahmatullah Aliha, he goes, my granddad has this habit that he likes his tea hot. Okay, some of us we have that preference, which is fine. But he goes, because he was again a popular person, he'd get with lots of visitors. Somebody would come and start speaking to him. So he goes, I've seen my grandmother reheat the tea for my granddad, not once, not twice, not thrice, but 4 times. And the best part is, she didn't say anything. And other people will be thinking, if I let it get cold once, I'd have to listen to a few words. But look at how it's been reciprocated, okay? That was the wife with the husband. Look at the husband with the wife, married for over 60 years, okay? He used to wash his wife's clothes till the day she died with his own hands. No hot point, with his own hands. And the reason why I'm giving this example is because these are not big mashayikh, big ulama. These are just me and you, normal people, okay? Using marriage as a means of connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I know that sounds perhaps a bit mundane, we've heard that one before, sounds a bit cheesy. But I just want to ask you a question and then hopefully narrate a couple of things that really cements this home. What's the difference if our marriages, become fantastic marriages with, lots of love, lots of children, and non-Muslim marriages that do the exact same thing? What's the difference? There's no difference. If we're not able to use marriage as a stepping stone to get to where we really need to get to, then again we have an issue. After Hazrat Abdullah ibn Rawaha radiyallahu ta'ala anhu passed away, a man, he married the widow of Hazrat Abdullah ibn Rawaha, فَقَالَ لَهَا, and he said to her, could you imagine saying this to your wife on the first night? Okay, do you know why I've married you? What's the reason that I've married you? Okay. He goes on to answer, so لِتُخْبِرِينِي عَنْ صَنِيعِ عَبْدِ اللَّهِ فِي بَيْتِهِ, so that you can tell me what did this Sahabi do in his house to get so close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.